Hey, I'm back. Alright, so today we're gonna be making some pepper steak stir fry. So I just want to come on here and kind of show you guys how I'm gonna make it. If you're new here, my name is TJ. Welcome to my channel. I hope you learned something from this. I'm really on here to teach you how to cook the way I cook authentic food. I love homemade meals, so I'm here to teach you how to cook and try something different, if you will. If you have any comments, feel free to leave it in the comment section. I will definitely respond. I hope you, when you make these recipes, I hope you guys learn something from it. Hopefully you like it, get to make it with your family. That's what I do over here. So thank you for joining me. Welcome to my channel, and let's get cooking. Yes, because we are gonna be making some delicious meal. In this right here, I have a thing of beef that I'm gonna cut into really thin sliced pieces for this. You can buy already cut, but I prefer to do mine again just because I know how I want it, so I prefer to make it. But yeah, welcome, and I hope you guys are doing good. Let's get started. We'll go ahead and put this on here, and then we'll just start cutting to little pieces. Cut it however you can do it, diced pieces, or you can cut into little flat thin slices. Either way it works. Whatever way works for you, go for it. There's not one way. Okay, all right, I'm gonna just start cutting this, and I hope everyone is doing good. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, welcome, join the family. I hope you all beautiful people are doing extremely well. The new year is doing you good. I know we're still new into the month, so hopefully everything is going good for everybody. All right, got this cut up. You just want to cut it into whatever sliced pieces that you prefer. So if you like your meat a little big chunky pieces, then you do that. So me, I like it a little flat, really thin slices. So that's why I'm cutting it like this. Yes. And this one is very quick and easy. I will make this when I'm in a rush and I'm just trying to make a quick lunch. But always remember, though, you have to make sure the food is cooked well and seasoned. Because, oh, jeez, man, I have tasted food from people, oh gosh, and I'm like, oh, do they not know the seasoning aisle? Because, man, there be no seasoning in it. Like, I don't know. I don't be trying to be rude sometimes. When I've experienced that, I would eat it and I'd be like, oh, is this so good? But now, sometimes I'll tell them the truth and be like, hey now, it might need a little salt, some seasoning. I'm just saying, yeah, I don't know. But that, when I cook, I like to make sure I have enough seasoning in my food. So, because it's about the flavor. You gotta remember that, it's about the flavor. I can't eat food with no flavor in it. Some people do. I know I don't. Yeah. So you're just cutting as much as you want. So I'm making this for 2. So I'm gonna make sure I have enough in here. And it looks like it's perfect. Yes. All right. Now I'm gonna put this away, and then we're gonna wash this. Then I'm gonna come back on here so we can season it, and then we can go from there. I told you I'm gonna be dancing, but I don't know how to dance, okay? So now I'm gonna transfer the beef into my bowl. First we have to wash this up. I mean, if you're new here, you probably learned that everything I cook, including meat, yes, I have to wash it. Yeah, I just have to. I don't know. I feel like it's not clean enough. I want to wash it the way that makes me feel comfortable. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash this right now. Okay, so I have my meat all washed up and kind of took some of the water out of there. So we're gonna season. I'll wear some gloves. We're getting started with that. That is seasoning. So here I have some mixed seasoning that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna put this in there. This is called 14 seasoning. I bought this from Amazon. They have different spices that's in there. And I got some garlic and black pepper. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm gonna add this in there. And perfect. And I got some cornstarch. I'm gonna add in there just a little bit of cornstarch. We're gonna put some salt. Almost. Okay. And I'm gonna put some coconut aminos, which is soy sauce, but it's just a different kind. This one is light on the sodium. That's why I preferred it. But yeah, so coconut aminos. Okay, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of chicken bouillon. I know it's beef, but I'm gonna add chicken bouillon. Remember what I told y'all? You gotta season the food. I gotta have season on here. Come on now. Can't eat my food with no season. So I gotta make sure I add that on there. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. So you just mix this well together. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more cornstarch in this. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna mix this well together. Then I have my skillet on the stove that's ready to go. I'm just add a little bit of oil in there. Okay. And then we're gonna put this in there and let it cook for about 5-6 minutes. And get that really golden brown that you want. That's how you want it, if you want it like that. But if you don't, hey, be my guest, make it how you want. So I have the oil in here. This is warm, so I'm just gonna start adding my beef in there. So you can kind of cook, stir fry it. Okay. You want to make sure you space it out so you can cook each individually on your own. You don't want to squeeze everything in there. Okay. We're just going to let that cook down and then flip it over every maybe 40-50 seconds. Come back and flip it over so one side's not overly cooked. That's the main thing you want. You want it to be evenly cooked out. Perfect. There's so many ways to make this recipe. People make this very differently. Again, that's the good thing about cooking. You get to make it your own because it's your food, like I said before. It's your food. You're the one that's eating it, so you know what you want in it. Some people will watch this and be like, well, no, you're not supposed to put this. Whatever that works for you, do it. If you don't like how I did it, you don't have to. But this is how I do it, so I'm just showing you guys how I do it, how I would prefer to do it. Alright, and we're just gonna let that cook down, and then we'll come back, show you guys how it looks. I'm about to eat. When I'm about to eat, yo, I'll be happy, I'll be dancing, so yeah. Okay, so we're gonna look at this. Let's see how the meat is looking. Oh my god, it looks so good. This is exactly how I want it. I'm gonna show you real quick. Perfect. See? This is exactly how you want it. Looks so good. Okay. So your meat is all ready. This is how you want it to look. Perfect. But if you like it more browner or maybe not, you can take it out of the pot early. But this is exactly how I like mine, so it's ready, and I'm gonna transfer it to a bowl so I can start on the vegetables, and then we're gonna finish this up. It looks so good. It smells so good in here right now. Yep. Perfect. See? That's what I'm talking about right there. See how that looks? Yes. Perfect. So I have some peppers, my bell pepper, and I'm adding some jalapeno to this because I want it a little bit spicy. That's why I'm adding this to it. But you don't have to add this. I don't see people adding this, but I like to add it. So if you don't like it spicy, don't put that in there. But for my personal preference, yes, I'm adding it into that. So I'm just gonna cut off my pepper. Peel my pepper. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna cut that. And then I'm just cut them into some pieces up here. There's no specific way to cut these. Cut it however way you want. Make sure you take all the seeds out. You don't want the seeds in there. Yeah. I'm gonna just cut that. And I'm using red and orange pepper, but you can add any color of pepper you want in this, okay? There's whatever pepper you like, whatever color you want to see your food, that's what you're gonna add in there. So that's what I'm doing, and I wanted some red and orange color because it makes the color pop. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing that. Alright. And put as much as you want in there. So I have enough. Now I'm gonna cut my jalapeno. My fresh jalapeno. Because I want it spicy. I like spicy food, so I'm always adding some sort of spice to my food. But it doesn't mean it has to be made with spice. You gotta remember that. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to make it with spice. You don't have to. Okay? So I have some garlic and I have some ginger, fresh ginger. So I'm gonna grate this. That's the first thing I'm gonna put in the pot. We're gonna add the garlic and the ginger first, and then put the pepper and everything. And while that's cooking, we're gonna mix our sauce together to kind of add to that. So that's the first thing we're gonna do. I'm gonna start with you can use a paste, you can use a garlic paste, or you can cut the garlic, but this is faster for me. That's why I'm doing it this way. Then when I use the stuff to do it this way, it's faster for me. So I don't have to cut it, but if you want to, you can cut it. But I'm just gonna do it this way. That's how I do it. Again, you can use the ginger paste, you can use garlic paste, it don't matter. Whichever one works, it's still fun. Yeah. So, and I'm just adding all that in there. Now I'm gonna add my ginger. I have to peel it first. First thing first, peel it. And then I'm gonna add it in there. Okay, now I'm just gonna add the ginger. Just gonna grate that into that. You just put it as much as you want, as much as you want in it. This is perfect. All right. Now we got that in there. We're just gonna stir it. That smells so good. We're just stirring it. And then I'm gonna add my peppers to that. That's already cooking. Now I'm just gonna add my pepper. I'm gonna add all my peppers. I'm just putting everything in at once. To do it one at a time. So I got the peppers and the ginger in there. And we're just gonna let this cook down a little bit. And then we're gonna make the sauce and add the sauce and then boom, we're done. Very quick, it's very simple. But I'm gonna add some seasoning. So let me add a little bit of salt into this. You know me? Gotta have that flavor. Gotta have that flavor. It is important. Okay. So I'm gonna add a little bit of vegetable broth into that. I don't know if you see that, but we're gonna add a little bit to it. And that helps with the seasoning. So just gonna add that in there. And then let that stir fry. And then a little bit of water. So I can take the stuff off the spoon. I'm gonna add that in there. Just to help. Now, I'm just let that cook. I'm just gonna cook down a little bit. And then we're gonna mix our sauce. Mix the sauce together that we're gonna add in there. I'm just adding a little bit of water because I'm trying to get the vegetable base off of the spoon. So you just add that. Okay. So we got seasoning there. Got salt, vegetable broth, and maybe we should add a little bit of black pepper. Absolutely. You can never do too much with the seasoning as long as it's the right amount where it's not overly, yeah. But we're gonna leave this and let it cook, and then I'm gonna come back with the sauce and I'm gonna add the sauce in there and mix everything with the beef and you're ready. So this is how I make my sauce. And again, people make this differently, so there's no one way, but I'm gonna show you how I do it. So in this bowl, I have water. I'm gonna add some cornstarch to this. A little bit of cornstarch you need for this. Just a little bit. And then we got the pepper over there cooking. Looking nice about ready. So I got some cornstarch. I have some black pepper and garlic that I'm gonna add to this. And I'm gonna add some red pepper flakes. Okay. I'm just gonna mix that up. I got some coconut aminos. I'm gonna add to this. This is how I make my sauce. Okay. And then I got some oyster sauce right here. I'm gonna add in there. Can't go wrong with oyster sauce. If you don't like oyster sauce, don't put it in there. It's not required, but use. Put it in there, it helps with the flavor. Okay. So now I'm gonna add my sugar. I've got some brown sugar that I'm gonna add to this. So let me tell you what happened, right? I bought this and I had used it to make something. I don't remember what it was. And I left it out, open. You guys, this is what my sugar turned into. Like, I was like, when I woke up the next day, I was like, oh my God, the sugar is so hard, but I'm gonna use it. Yeah, I don't wanna waste it because I bought it. So I'm gonna add the sugar in here. That's enough. You don't want a lot. Now, if you want it really sweet, Can make it sweet, but the perfect amount. Yep, and then you're just gonna stir it into that. It's melting in the liquid. So I'm gonna add it. I'm just trying to make sure everything is, all melted in there, the sugar. I know, that's the stupidest thing I ever did. Like, what the heck? Left the stuff open. I didn't even think twice about it. And then that happened. But that's okay. I'm still gonna use it anyway, so it's fine. Yeah. So it's all melted in here. And your sauce is ready. Make sure I get everything out of this. Alright, let me bring it close so you can kind of look at it. I don't know if you can see it, but you see? That's my sauce right there. It's perfectly made. And it's ready to go. See it? Okay, so now we're gonna add this beautiful sauce into the pepper. Stir everything together. Boom, we should be good to go. So now we're just gonna add the sauce that we made for the stir fry. Right there, let me show you that again. I don't know if you can see it up close. Perfect. So now I'm just add this in there. Okay. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of beef bits to that to help with the, again, flavor. Because since it's beef stir fry, I'm gonna add a little bit of the beef base in there. That's what I did, just a little bit. And then just mix that well together. Okay. And then I'm gonna add my meat. And I'm gonna stir it. It's very simple, easy, quick to make. This is so much better if you make it at home than if you go to the store to purchase it. It's better if you cook at home. There's just something about home cooked meal that is just, it's better. It's good because you know what you put in your food, you know how much of everything that's getting in there, you know that it's being made in your home, it's clean, you know, things like that. So it's better to cook at home, but we don't always cook at home because, you know, sometimes life gets busy, you're in a hurry, maybe you really don't have time to cook, so you have to grab something, and that's okay. But if I'm able to, I will always try to make sure I make a meal to be able to have a home cooked meal at all times. So now that is gonna be cooking, I'm just gonna cut up my green onions. We're gonna add that into that, and you're all ready to go to eat. So our stir fry has come together. You see how that looks? Perfect. This is how you want it to look. I'm gonna add the green onions to this because I didn't add the regular onions that you're supposed to add to this. I am actually onions, so that's why I use the green onion. But this recipe, you do have to add the onions into that. But I am substituting the onions for that green onions. So that will work, but you're supposed to add regular onions to this. I just didn't have it, so I didn't add it on there. But part of the recipe, to complete this, you have to have some onions into that. There you go. See your stir fry. Perfect. This is how you want it to look. Look at that. Your peppers are all crispy. It's not overcooked. And we are ready to serve. Rice, so I'm gonna eat this with Perfect. Put that in there like this. Looks good. Looks yummy. Yep. Perfect lunch. That's what I'm about to eat. Let me see if you can see it. Just like that. See how that looks? So good. That's how you know your stir fry too. Alrighty, so we have some food I'm about to taste, and then I'm gonna get out of here. I want some beef to go with this. Ooh, it is hot, but it tastes so good and it smells good. You literally can smell the ginger, all the fresh veggie. Perfect. Just perfect. This is how you want it. Let me see if you can see it. See? But, tastes so good. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you again in the next video. Thank you for your support. If you're new here, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, follow the page for more delicious recipes that I hope you can get to share with your family. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye y'all. Thank you so much.